Hi guys, Kidnoffer here. Hope you enjoyed this video. We're gonna talk about the Rising of the Shield Hero, episode 9. I've been a bit late with doing this episode, but because I was doing a little gallery for my own artwork at the Psykiatrins hus, so we call it. It's here in Sweden. And it took me a long time to do it, so that's why I couldn't do this episode so early. When the episode came out, actually, yesterday? 2 days ago. But anyway, later than ever, I suppose. So we begin the episode with Naofumi and Raftalia from the last episode. What was it?
They fight some
Healing.
monsters.
Oh, fighting some monsters. Fighting some cool badass monsters and beating the shit out of them. And Naofumi actually saying, you shouldn't exhaust yourself. Being a very caring kind of a slash father, which I wish he was a boyfriend. But father, whatever. Caring anyway. And Raftalia is like, it doesn't matter, I can handle it. And Naofumi is like, nope, you're gonna take a nap, or, take it easy. And they win, and what was more? Oh, they heal some people in the village, and what did they do
No,
later?
no, they meet her.
Oh, they meet the character Melty.
Mountains.
Yeah, she's gonna be a surprise cookie, pretty much.
Playing with the birds.
Yes, she was with some Philo Real birds. Finally, I said that word correctly. Oh my god, that's hard to pronounce. Anyway, she's with those birds, playing with them, having some fun, and then now Fumi and them are coming and just like, who's that girl? And then she's seeing them, and she's very surprised that Philo. Did I say that right? Yeah, good. And she's basically like very, likes that bird, gives it food, and becomes surprised when it talks. And she's like, yeah. And in this part of this episode, I really liked it because it was like, you know, it felt like Navumi was like a dad, like, yeah, you can play with her, it's fun. And he was actually smiling a lot in this episode. And I was like, yes, 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 great. And Raftalia had her moments in this episode as well. Uh, basically, I think Philo is basically technically his daughter. Technically, not it's kind of like a family sense what I feel right now. I feel it still, but anyway, so they talk to her, and she wants to go with them, and it's like play for before the morning. What was it before?
Yeah, they have to come back. They can play. Philo has
Yeah,
to
they
go.
needed to
They
do
have
what
to
was
go
it? They
back
needed they needed to go to the capital again, to go to the church
to get
to
the
get
holy
to
water.
holy water. Yay! Finally, that problem is resolved. Finally,
Yeah.
but they do that and they play, and then the what was it again? Sorry, I stammered. Perfect. Then the prince, sorry, then the little mysterious girl comes there and basically likes, I need help to go to the capital. And then Nafumi's like, okay, he's refusing first, but then Raftalia is like, we need to do it, and he's like, all right, why not? I will do anything then. And I really liked one moment that was like, he was bandaging her bandages, was it?
Yeah.
And it was like, it's my fault, but she's like, we have said that we shouldn't say that, but it's like, technically, if it was me, I would be basically just crying my ass out and basically like trying to think calmly and like, nope, it's my fault. I need to take responsibility for this shit. Technically, I would say that. Anyway, so they fix that and they go to the capital, and now Fumi hides like Solid Snake in a carriage. Technically, he hides pretty well. CGI guard also.
Sometimes it's just.
Also, P.S. I really like that the nurse in the village was happy with them. That was nice. So she started to see in Naofumi's ways in one aspect. And what was it more? Yes, they wanted to go to the capital to do that.
Yeah.
So they said,
Even the girl. They
what was the girl?
concluded a
What did she
church.
say? What did she say? I don't remember exactly, but they said basically like, come back later after, she's gonna follow Melty to her home place, I think it is.
Yeah. Take her home for the war.
Yeah, to her home for the reward. Because now Fumi thinks it's a royal girl. It's just like, she's a noble's daughter. That's what he thinks. Oh, you're so wrong, you little man. You're so wrong. Oh, P.S. I forgot to mention this. In a fire camp scene, it was pretty cute. Raftalia's like giving him a warm, what was it? Her jacket? I think it was her jacket.
Yeah, Jack.
Yeah, he's like, no, you shouldn't give me that. But she's like, no, we don't want you cold. He's like, okay. She's like, wagging her tail, and I'm like, you have the opportunity right then and there. But of course, she doesn't take the opportunity right now. But one day she will. One day she will. I swear to God, she will one day. But the suspense is killing me, to be fair. Also, we discover in this new episode that Philo's feathers can be used for something. That's what Naofumi is thinking about, isn't it?
Yeah.
And they discover that Naofumi was like shocked, like, oh shit, she has eaten her. And he was like, yeah, he wanted to eat. Oh, I forgot to mention this. The bird chick wanted to eat her own kind.
Yeah.
Not a good idea. Don't want to have her in Real personal meetings because she's gonna eat anyone. Anyway, so they fix that and they discover that I really like the scene with Raftalia where she's basically touching Philo's feathers and she's like, oh, and she's just sleeping and Nafumi's like, okay, just fine. I'm just gonna sleep in the carrot then. That was cute. And then in the capital, he's going around, going to the church to buy the holy medicine that cost fucking a lot of money. And that would be the equivalent of 300 houses of gold. Something very expensive. Very shit expensive. And I really like the line where he says, you're more worth than one gold coin. Seriously, like, this guy, he's a saint even if he doesn't want to admit it. Seriously, he's like saying to the priest, give me the holy water, and he's like, then he's checking with the shield skill, he's just like, that's cheap. Are you fucking tricking me? He's like, he's looking at it like, seriously? You're fucking tricking me, are you? And then, did you like the part with the priest where he was like, sister, are you going against our god? And then she's like, yeah, I'm sorry. Yep, definitely I'm seeing Game of Thrones vibe here. Corruption. I've seen Game of Thrones a bit, so corruption. Speaking. Also, I like the hint that Naofumi was like looking at the church and he's like, what the fuck, a spear and a sword and a fucking bow? Where am I? Something is suspiciously going on here. Anyway, he gets the potion and is like, yay, yay, finally the correct potion. And he's like, what was the priest saying? Oh, the priest, Hiro-sama, yeah, like. And also, I like that the nuns in the background was saying, why is he here? Why is that shield hero guy here? Subtle detail, subtle details. Great. Also, the priest guy, what was he saying? He was saying like, "Oh, holy hero, respect the shield. The God gives us everything. God gives us everything." Blah blah. And I'm like, no offense.
He praises him for the duel he saw.
He praises for the duel he saw in episode 4. Awesome. Awesome flashback or hint or recall, so called. Anyway, no offense to anyone that's religious. No offense. But I'm serious. There's some form of corruption here. Maybe I watched too many animes. That could be the case. Anyway, so they fix it, and Raftalia is fine and dandy. Isn't it? Yes, she's fine. Also, she almost vomited in the carriage before. Jesus Christ. And then they run away from a soldier boy that I remembered from episode 3. Yay! What should we call him? Little young, enthusiastic boy. Or nice soldier boy. That would be fine. And Naofumi is like, yeah, I will take the damage. Then Motoyase bitch showed up. And he literally tried to stab him in the face. He was like, Naofumi! And he stabbed in the floor. I'm like, dude, you're right in the middle of a street of a city populated with people. And that was actually Naofumi said. Not only me. I don't know. I'm starting to love this man so much. Maybe because he's just so funny. Also, I love Moriyasu. He's a good foil, to be fair. He's older than him, but he's dumber than him. That's a bit of an irony. Yes. There we go. Ugh.
No, he wants to.
Oh, he wants to meet the other slave. He's like, what do you talk about Raftalia now? He's like, seriously, that again? And he's like, no, it's that bird, Philo. I've heard that
No,
you've been
he
carrying.
doesn't. He doesn't want to.
Oh yeah, shit,
He wants to.
shit. Sorry, spoiler. But the bird girl, the angel girl,
Feel it.
Philo. Yeah, the angel girl, Philo. Anyway, he's like, yeah, why do you have her? He's like, blah blah blah. He's like talking a lot of assholey to the shield hero, and the shield hero is like, why? And he's like, I even saw his, what was it? When he was talking about his game, what was the game again?
Hell,
Hell what?
hell world.
Hell World. Actually, that's a bit of an irony. Because Naofumi is literally living a hell world. The title is literally representing Naofumi's situation.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he's basically saying this slave girl that I saw, she's like an angel and I love angels. And I'm like, back off! Back off, creep! I'm like, I like you, but I don't like you right now. And I think I saw him move. I think he was so excited that he was like, oh, I'm excited. And I think he was like, he talked about, what was it? Oh, now Fumi actually said, oh, I saw your private piece move something. And he's like, oh, do you remember, huh? I hated that fucking bird that punched me in my privates. So he remembered when Naofumi remembered that. He was like, yeah, oh, why do you have that, Moriyasu? Like, I remember that bird, that fat, annoying bird. And then they're fighting like dumbasses. Except Naofumi is more of the tactical one here.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Yes. And the soldier boy saves Naofumi's head. Yay! 300 medal for him. Yay, awesome.
And then
You know, I just wished in my head like Naofumi would say, oh, I hope he has enjoyed that little pain because I have enjoyed it. Of his little accident, so to speak. Anyway, so they basically stopped the duel in a bit, and Melty, what was it?
that bitch.
Yeah, that bitch. The Red Princess bitch was like, oh, she has the royal decree to fight in this battle in this area. And then I'm like, fuck this. And I'm like, exactly like that for me. Did you like that part? She's like, she could be a very good evil narrator. I will say that. I will give praise to the bitch voice. I will give praise to the voice actress that does the evil princess. I will give praise to the voice actors. Praise 100 fold. Seriously, it's basically like watching King Jeffrey being a narrator and being annoying. Just think that for a second. Wait, I talked with a bit of an Irish accent. Anyway, so we meet Melty. So Melty says basically, I am Melty, and she basically explodes a giant bombshell saying, I am her sister, and he's like, oh shit, I'm getting 2 and 2 here. And now Fumi's like, holy shit, yeah, he's starting to get it. Yeah, she's canceling the duel, and she says, sister, why? And she's like, no, what did the sister say? She's like saying, oh, I have the right, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And the other one is like, yeah, look around you, sis.
I'm gonna tell mom.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell mom. And she's like, oh, she's like, oh, I'm afraid. She was like, she was like walking on hot fire with lava with a giant rock behind her back, afraid. She was like afraid. She was like, I will tell mom. In a hard. I like that scene. She was like, I will tell mom. And she's like, oh God, don't tell mom. And I like that. Put her in her place. Right then and there. Put her in her place right then and there. And then we have Moriyasu talking to her like, yeah, I'm the hero, blah, blah. You know, he says this justice bravado things, isn't it? What did he say? Like, I am justice and everything. And Melt is like, is this a true hero? Seriously? And she even shows around him, like, yeah, you caused this, you son of a gun. And I like the detail in this. They actually showed a mother with a child, and the child is crying, like, oh, please. And the mother is like, Bitch, what did you do? I had a normal shopping day and you ruined it. That's just great. Also, did you like the part where the villager were just like, one was agreeing, was like, yeah, just continue. And the other guy was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Punch in the face. It was basically a bit of chaos in the second. And then the duel was stopped.
Yeah. Then they went to the blacksmith.
Oh, yeah, yeah, they went to the blacksmith. Because now Fumi was getting 2 and 2. And he said to the blacksmith, it's a long story to talk. And he's like, why in my shop, boy? I will say this: the blacksmith is basically Kratos from God of War, and now Fumi is basically Arceus from God of War. He's just like, Dad, hi, I'm back. He's like, oh god. Anyway, so he's basically talking, and she tells that she is the next high in line and mighty from the Princess of Melromark. She's basically the next in the throne. That's why I think the bitch was annoyed. Though to be fair, I kinda agree with myself. Everything that annoys the bitch makes me happy. Yay! I will say this 10 out of 10 this episode. I don't know why I give these episodes almost 10 out of 10. It's just so fun. It's just so enjoyable. Secondly, I forgot to mention the bird showed up. We forgot about that. Best moment in the episode. The bird fucking showed up after the duel. And he's like, oh, this is a cute bird. When Moriyasu showed about the cute bird when melted. The cute angel, sorry. It's like this. Remember the name or remember the angel. Oh, now I understand now Fumi's struggles. Think about more things and you get annoyed. Anyway, so basically he says about the angel and then he's like, oh, I didn't like the bird. And he's like, ooh, the same thing when he said to Naofumi, like, I hate the fucking bird, the fat bird. She's like, I am the. She's like, I like that part because she was like so scary. She's cute, but she was so scary. She was like, I am that thing. And then he's like, I am that fucking bird. And I hate you to the spear hero. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. Oh. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No. Ah! And then he got his, I think his new plated, what is it called again? His new plated private part got smashed again. And the princess like, help me, guards, help me. And I'm like, yay! Best part of the episode. Smacked in the nuts. Sorry for saying that, but smacked in the nuts again. Yay! Even double protection didn't help his ass. And he was like, oh. He was anime flying. He was just like, oh, my tears. And I'm like, yay! Awesome. I will give this. I like the KFC bird. I loved Philo before, but I will say this. Yes! Yes! More of this! Fucking beat the shit out of his ass. Secondly, I like the voice actor. He did a very good job of expression. Very good job of voice. 10 out of 10 and no questions asked about this. Music was very good. I actually remember the music from the first episode. Yay! Also a nice happy moment. And I was like, Raftalia is next to him there in a log in a happy moment. And I'm like, just freaking do it. And I'm like, no, you're not doing it, are you? So she tried to get some advances, but it didn't work. Nope, it didn't work. But it was at least a happy moment, so I will give that. And the end of the episode is basically that Melty, if I go back now again, sorry for jumping around, but in the end she tells that I am the blah, yeah, she's the princess. She's gonna go to take the throne. And now Fumi is like, what did he say? At the end, he's like, out, leave. Yeah. He's just like with the eyes like this. He's like, just leave. He's like, just leave now. I don't know how to do that expression. For the love of me, I want to do that expression. But it was like, just leave. And I'm like, dude, she's just a little girl. A bit too harsh, isn't it? Though to be fair, I understand that I wouldn't be associated with a bloodline that have screwed them over since episode 1. Pretty much, isn't it? He basically figured it out like, yep, yeah, she's connected to someone. Okay. She even said my sister, and he's like, oh, fuck. He was like this. He was a bit like this in his mind. And then he connected it a bit, I think. So she. What do you think is gonna happen in the next episode? She's a little girl, and he just basically said, leave, or just piss off. He just basically said that. That's a bit sad, though. I will say this. I don't agree with you, Naofumi, in this part. You shouldn't say to a little girl to leave. Like, you could say that, but it was like, one more step out of you close to me, and nope, you're not gonna be next to me. He even let her play with Philo for 24 hours. Wait, how many hours? Until the night. Jeez. Dude, you're a harsh father. Seriously, a bit too harsh. He will not get the Medal of Fatherhood for today, pretty much. Maybe more, I agree with this character, so to speak. Anyway, we'll see you next time. Goodbye, Ad Wiedersehen. I enjoyed this episode, 10 out of 10. Really enjoyed the blacksmith guy. Also, I really enjoyed the other. What was the other soldier guy? Oh, the guy with the scar. Scarface. No, Scar. I called him Scar from Lion King. I like that he did this. He was like, I will not look at you. I know. And that's that. We see you next time. Goodbye.